a lot of people have this feeling that the interview is a stress experience, and there's something called a stress interview, quote unquote. So do they happen at that? Because I don't think, I mean, if I was an interviewer, my first objective would be to try to get the best out of the interviewee. And that would be, I think, the logical principle to adopt from an interview panel. So do stress interviews happen?
Simple answer to this question would be yes. It happens because there are so many different types of people in the world. Not everybody comes with the same sort of a thinking. Actually, that is what makes the world interesting. So, but the chances that you will find somebody who has gone through a few experiences of taking an interview will ever, be a big proponent of the idea of stress interview. Means this isn't really your, army or CBI kind of a thing where you are basically going to be tested. अगर आपको दुश्मन ने पकड़ लिया तो आप first degree, second degree, third degree कब उगल दोगे बात, right? So right. This isn't that game at all. So so stress interviews are a chance. I wouldn't say it is really a stress kind of a thing. There are also times when they will say that I will have a trigger to say that this person is seeming like a bit put up. So let us kind of grill this particular person a bit more. So it can be construed as a stress part. The key thing to keep in mind is that for me, when you for instance, you are talking about the icebreaker and the fact that do icebreakers actually happen. See, for me, the simple thing is that between the candidate and the interviewer, there is a need to form a team rather than opponents in a tennis match. Right? Because if you try to play a tennis match with your interviewer, the chances is that you are the one who is going to drop the ball somewhere because the opponent also happens to be an umpire.
True.
Right. So it is unlikely that the umpire is going to drop the ball. You are playing both sides of the court actually, and the umpire is just sitting and enjoying the view in there. But I also see that some of the people kind of get personally involved. They kind of sometimes pick something which they feel is sort of a personal assault. So the simple mandate or a simple consideration there is that please do not take any extreme positions. And the moment you get into any of these polarized topics, your emotions and all of the other baggages come into the play. What you want to do is you want to basically play at the logic, at the strength, at the comfort area, rather than an agitated, defensive sort of a thing at all.
Emotion should be out. All kinds of emotion should be out of the interview room.
Yes. And the only emotion you want to kind of keep there is empathy, which is that you are giving the interviewer the required respect and the assumption that the interviewer is sitting there obviously has some basis of sitting there. So it's not somebody who was just walking by the door and was pulled in. So they will have their knowledge. So do not try to kind of, trick them. Do not try to kind of faff or जो हम kite flying बोलते हैं, right? कि हम यहाँ पे खड़े हैं और खाली देखते जा रहे हैं और हमको लग रहा है कि हम आसमान छू रहे हैं.
It is more like it's actually a dangerous ploy to take because you're not getting anything out of it.
Right.
And if you're found out, you're told. I mean, it's a corrected effect. Ultimately, it's a test of personality, not a test of knowledge.
So, just as an aside, if you ever get into a situation where you feel that there is a bit of a stress test that is happening, what is recommended is that take a deep breath. Right. You can at any point in time in any interview tell the panel to say that, sir, can you give me 5 seconds? I just want to recollect myself.
Right.
That is a very healthy sign and nobody will say no to that, right? Just be there. Do not get into too much of a drama and all of that. Just be there, have some simple go-to parts. Like I will give you an example. For me, whenever I feel that I am in a stress situation or I feel that I am in a situation which is kind of going downhill from there, I just get into doing a reverse counting from 100 in steps, changing steps. So 100 minus 1, 99, 99 minus 2, 97, 97 minus 3, 94, 94 minus 4, 90. Right? By the time I go to the 7th or 8th one, I have forgotten everything. And my brain is in so much of control or rather I am in so much of a control of my brain that I can then take things back around. And then you can start by saying, I think I went into a slightly different path in the last question discussion, and that is why I wanted to kind of come back. And I would like to thank you for asking the questions that took me to that particular point. I'm ready for your next
That's a great comeback in an interview, right?
Yeah, that would be a great comeback in an interview.
Yeah, because it's going downhill.
Yeah.
And only you come back and you're taking back and you're taking control. Shows that you are somebody who can handle stress. Because as an interviewer, I'm just looking at your personality.
Yes, exactly.
And it's showing me that you can handle stress of this extreme kind.
Yeah.
And if you can do that, you're MBA material, basically, top management material.